What's up guys, welcome to the channel. Right, today we've got a pod system for you from Vaporesso. They've kindly sent it over for the purpose of the review, and here it is. It's called the Aurora Play. So without further ado, let's get down to the table, have a good look around this pod system, and then we'll come back up top and I'll give you my thoughts. Okay, see you down low in a bit. Down at the table we've got the packaging for the Aurora Play then. So here's the front of it. We've got the Aurora Play there, we've got the picture, and we've got the Vaporesso's logo. Right, on this side here we've got the good old days. I think that probably refers to the fact that this is modelled on a Zippo lighter. We've got Vaporesso's logo on that side, nothing on that side. And on this side we have C-cell cord inside, quick charging and protection, and a press to fill system. Right, so on the back then we've got the specifications: 16 by 79 by 44 millimeters, 2mm capacity, 650 mAh battery, and a 1 amp charging current. Now this will charge in less than 45 minutes, this particular device. And then we got the kit contents. The lid just slips off like so. You're presented with your device, and there's also this other little box here. Now I've emptied it already, but inside you'll find this fine tip bottle here, which comes in very handy indeed for refilling. 10mm capacity, I believe. We also do have a spare pod, see-through pod, and we also have a USB charging cable. Right, so here it is then. So it is rather much like the old Zippo lighters. It is a little bit bigger though. Here is an authentic Zippo lighter. So yeah, a little bit bigger, but it's definitely modelled on it. So we've got the Vaporesso logo laser etched there. It does say Aurora Play underneath there. We've got this little window here so you can see how much e-liquid you've got inside your pod. There's the hinge, and on this side here we do have a little bit of writing. It says made in China. We've also got design in California, United States by Vaporesso, and then you've got the usual markings on that side there. On this side there's your mode button, and there's the LED lights and USB charging port. On the bottom we do have a couple of screws there, and we've also got some battery venting holes, which is good to see. So to open up, you just flip it open just like the original Zippo. So the whole pod does just come out like that, and inside you'll notice we have got a couple of contacts there. Now this particular pod, the drip tip or mouthpiece, does pull off like this. It's held on by a couple of O-rings there. Now when this is juiced up, you end up pulling the drip tip off, and you can't actually take the pod out of the device. So you have to take this piece off like when it's in there, and then you have to get your nails and pull it out like so, because you will find as soon as you start using it, the drip tip will come off instead. Like at the moment you can pull it, but you will find that that pulls off and you just need to pull it out like that. But it is quite easy to do. So have a quick look at this pod then. So inside of here you can see we've got the coil. These aren't replaceable, you have to buy the whole actual pod. Just turn it upside down. Here you've got your contacts there. There's a little peel off sticker. I've been using the other pod, but you just peel that one off before use. And the good thing about this, we've got a nice easy filling, so you don't actually have to have the pod out when you fill it. All you need to do is grab your little fine tip bottle, and then we'll take it out actually just to see if we can show you. But this has got like a valve in it, so when you push this down, you just notice that the valve is moving, so that lets the e-liquid come out into your pod. When it's full up, you just pull up and then it's full. There might be a little bit of excess around here, but you just wipe that one off. So good idea, before you first start to use it, just put a couple of drops of e-liquid down into there just to prime the coil, and let it stand for a good 15-20 minutes or so. Now I'll just show you the pod that I've already been using. We have got some e-liquid in this one, but yeah, so all you have to do, plug it back in, and that is that. So there is some modes on this one. We've got 3 modes, 3 power modes, so 5 clicks to turn it on, and then we do flash the LEDs, and you just notice we've got the red LED. That means we're in the low power mode. That's 9 watts. Right, 3 clicks, it flashes blue. Now if we press the fire now, you see we've got the blue lights, and that means we're on 10.5 watts. 3 clicks again gives you the highest power setting, which is green. Should be green. There we go, green. And that's now 12.5 watts. To turn it off, it's 5 clicks. And then it goes through the colours, and now that's now off, and you won't be able to actually fire it. Like I say before, there's your window there to see how much e-liquid you've got in it. So yeah, we've got the Vaporesso logo on the bottom there as well, but that's it basically for the download section for the Aurora Play. So let's go back up top and I'll tell you what I think about it. I used to love the old Zippos. I did try it with this Aurora Play, but I failed miserably and I didn't want to break it. But anyway, what do I think of this little pod system we've got here? Right, fit and finish first then. Very well finished. It's nice and smooth. We've got a lovely brush stainless steel finish to it. No rough edges. Got a nice bit of battery venting on the bottom. The buttons easily clickable. We got a nice see-through window on there. The hinge is very nice, and overall I just think it's a very well machined piece of kit, this one, and it does look pretty sleek. The branding on it's very minimalist, and just think it looks quite the part, to be honest. So yeah, very impressed with the fit and finish of this. Right, so if you undo the hinge there, you go to pull the pod out. Right, if you've had this for a few goes, you'll end up getting liquid. It'll be lubed up basically from condensation and e-juice, so you can't put it out by the mouthpiece or the drip tip, so you have to put it out by this piece here. Now if this is a little bit moist, like it will get with the VG in that, it's quite hard to put out. So if you haven't got any nails, you may struggle to pull the actual pod out, or you end up using like your teeth or something like that, because when the first couple of goes, or first few goes I should say, it is quite stiff in there, so some of you might struggle to actually get the pod device out. So that definitely is a little con, but like I say, in time you're going to get juice over it, and it just by putting it in and out, it just loosens it up a little bit. So it's not much of a drama, but it would have been nice if you could have just left that tip on and been able to put it out by the tip. It would have just made life a little bit easier. Now we got the press fill valve system to fill up the actual tank. Now this is awesome. You do need a fine tip bottle, really, something like this, and you just put it in there. You don't even have to take the pod out, push it down. You can see the level rising on the window there, and I just think that's awesome, because I did recently review the Zero pod system, but you had to actually take that one out and fill it up from the bottom. So with this one, you just flick the hinge over and you can just fill it up, and you don't need to take the pod out. So that's definitely a big pro for this particular device. Now the mouthpiece or drip tip, it's very comfortable, no dramas at all with that. We got 3 power settings by pressing this button in 3 times. So you've got the green, blue or red, so you get like 12.5, 10.5 and 9 watts, I do believe. So if you fancy a little bit less wattage throughout the day, or you want to have more of a stealthy vape to get a bit less clouds, you can put it onto like the red setting, the lowest setting, so you can just play with it at your heart's content. Now as the battery does go down, you'll find that you can't actually go up to the green setting or the highest power, because it will only give you basically what's left in the battery. But let's have a little toot on it then. Let's just put it up to 12.5. Right, that's just flashed green, so here we go. Getting some quite decent clouds out of it. Now it is a very loose mouth to lung type of vape, this one. It's not mega tight, and it's not mega loose, but for me it's actually quite a nice draw, because I do like a loose mouth to lung or restrictive direct to lung. It's definitely not really a direct to lung, but it's definitely quite a loose mouth to lung, and that's at 12.5 watts. So let's put it on the middle setting now. So we just flash in blue. So you can take a longer draw on it, and it's the same when you go down to the 9-watt mode on the red. It just it gets less and less the hit basically, because you haven't got as much power. But at different times of the day you might fancy a little bit less wattage or a little bit more wattage. So it's great that you have got those 3 modes on there. And yeah, I just think it's a tidy little pod system, this one. They've come a long way since the early days of pods. What do I think about the flavour then? Well, it's on a par with the Zero. It's nothing spectacular, but it certainly isn't bad. It's a nice decent flavour that you get from a pod. Like you're not going to get like your sort of sub-ohm tank style Glas V2 sort of flavour that you get pumping at 90 watts through with a couple of dual core builds, but it's not a bad pod for flavour, this one. So yeah, not bad at all. So overall with this one, I think it's built very nicely. It looks very nice. We've got lots of pros. We've got that see-through window. You've got the top fill on it when you don't have to take the pod out. You're getting a pretty decent draw out of this one. I do recommend probably going higher than 6 milligrams, because that's what I'm using in here. It's okay for me, but I only vape at 3 milligrams or 6 milligrams in my mouth to lung tanks. But if you're a newbie vapor, someone who's just transitioning from the dreaded stinkies, I would definitely suggest going up to about 12 milligrams to 18 milligrams. But I think it performs pretty well, this one, so I would give it a thumbs up, and for a pod system I would highly recommend it. So thanks for watching in, guys. If you did enjoy the video, please give it a little thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing and make sure you hit that little bell notification. You'll be notified of all my latest videos. So big thanks to Vaporesso for sending over for review. It is very much appreciated. So you can also find me on social media. We've got Facebook, Instagram and Twitter, and I've also got my own website, which is tinkling away up on one of these sides there for you, mfvape.co.uk. So check it out, guys. So until next time, guys, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you again very soon. Okay, cheers.